historic programs and to all of the world. And I would like to please introduce you and give a big round of applause to Mr. Charles Shay.
I repeat my name again. My name is Charles Shay, retired Master Sergeant after having served 8 years in the U.S. Army and 12 years in the U.S. Air Force. On D-Day, I was a 19-year-old platoon medic attached to Fox Company, 2nd Battalion of the 16th Infantry Regiment, 1st Infantry Division, the famous Big Red 1. It was my first day in combat, and I was in the first wave of assault. Landing at dawn, we waded through a sea red with the blood of wounded and dying comrades. I came ashore on the western end of a stretch designated Fox Green, just below a German bunker complex guarding the draw to Colville, which was our objective. Mortar bombs and anti-machine guns entrenched in Rita Stan's Nest 62 mowed down hundreds of young Americans that morning. Among the mortally wounded was a fellow medic I remember to this day, Edward Romarsovich. We had trained together in England, and he came ashore in the landing boat next to mine. I saw him on the beach. He was in severe pain. All I could do was shoot morphine in his upper thigh and bid him farewell. He died in my arms. Only 20 years old, he was buried here in this beautiful cemetery. Posthumously, he was awarded the Purple Heart and the Silver Star. 6 other medics in my regiment were killed, and another 27 were wounded, some so seriously that they never rejoined the regiment. Among them was my Sergeant Ray Lambert. We lost track of each other on D-Day, but finally met each other again at a reunion of our regiment. He passed away he passed away 2 years ago, excuse me please. Our regiment suffered nearly 1,000 casualties, including hundreds killed. In my own company, almost half of all soldiers and 7 out of 9 officers were already wounded or dead by noon. About 3,000 young Americans, Canadians, Brits, and Poles lost their lives, and another 6,000 were wounded in just one day. Words nor pictures can convey the actual experience. My family, every family in my home village at the Indian Island Reservation in the state of Maine had loved ones overseas. My own mother had 4 sons and said goodbye to each of them. We knew her prayers were with us. That was true for my brothers who fought the Pacific, and that thought also deeply inspired me and helped me find the courage to treat wounded comrades and rescue them about to drown in the rising tide. Now almost all of my comrades have passed away. Most of us did not speak about the war when we came home. Few of us were ever asked. My 3 brothers and I never shared any wartime stories. Since the last few years, I have performed a simple traditional Indian ceremony with a sacred eagle feather, burning tobacco, sage, and sweetgrass. Honoring my comrades, I sent my prayers into the four directions of the earth and sky. Today, I honor them here in public at this war cemetery before I myself will join them in the spirit world. I thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Mr. Shay. And now it's indeed a great honor for me to introduce to you today a woman who is a great friend of the United States and especially our veterans. She represents the French people here today, but her heart is to help American veterans, and she has been a wonderful caregiver to Mr. Shay for many years. She's a great friend of historic programs. Will you please give a big round of applause to Madame Marie Legrand.
Dear veterans, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Every soldier on this beach was a hero on D-Day, regardless of military unit, rank, or wave. An estimated 500 tribesmen participated in Operation Neptune on 6th of June 1944 as paratroopers, airmen, seamen, coast guards, or as ground troops, landing on the beaches codenamed Juno Beach, Utah Beach, and Omaha Beach, not forgetting those who served in medical detachments like Charles Shay, who was unarmed himself. About 100 of these young men came ashore here on Omaha Beach on D-Day. Today, we remember more than 50 of Native American soldiers by their name and tribal identity. With the exception of one, perhaps two, all these brave men and women have passed into the spirit world, and we are here today to let them know that we will not forget their sacrifice. Many tribes were represented during the Battle of Normandy, including Apache, Cahuilla, Cherokee, Chippewa, Choctaw, Coeur d'Alene, Comanche, Creek, Remes, Lakota, Passamaquoddy, Potawatomi, Pueblo, Seneca, Tuscarora, Ute, etc. Some of them have been heroes. They served in all units. Just a few examples. I don't want to be exhaustive. Private First Class Donald Beaver, who was a Caddo and served in the 19th Infantry Division, was killed on July the 9th at Montcastre, which is a hill and was a strong position, German position. Sergeant James Douglas was served in a 388th Bomber Heavy Group and was killed in December 1943. He was flying from England to Bordeaux, and his aircraft has been shot down around Bayeux. He is buried also in this cemetery. Chief Motor Machinist George Kelly, who was a Chippewa for Kentucky, served in the US Navy and was killed as his boat was torpedoed on June the 6th, 1944. Another one, Ben Trevino, who was a Comanche from Oklahoma and served in the 9th Infantry Division, has been killed in the Norman countryside at Saint-Sever, Champs-de-Bois in July 1944. Lieutenant Turner Turnbull, who was a Choctaw from Oklahoma also, served as a paratrooper in the 82nd Airborne Division and was killed D-Day +1 at Neuville-au-Plain. He himself and alone blocked a German counterattack, and his action was completely decisive for the entire area in Sainte-Mère-Église. We owe them our freedom to these men who gave their all for our liberty, individually and collectively. God bless them all. Thank you for your attention.